All of the questions in this quiz will be based on the following scenario. Please subnet 192.168.80.0/24 for a company that has 10 hosts per network. Calculate the new subnet mask, the first 4 new subnets, the range of IP addresses for the first 4 new subnets, and the number of IP addresses available in all of the new subnets. Here we are with 192.168.80. And I wrote out the host ID section in all zeros. The prefix here is /24. We need to subnet this to get 10 hosts per network. The first thing we need to figure out is our new prefix length. What should our new prefix be? In other words, how many bits do we take from host ID and make part of network ID? Well, to solve that, it's quite simple. We have to figure out how many bits do we leave for host ID so that we get 10 IP addresses, at least. In other words, 2 to the power of h minus 2 has to be greater than or equal to 10. What should h be? Well, if we only had 2 host bits, then it's 2 to the 2, which is 4 minus 2, which is 2. So 2 host bits, I could write that here, 2 host bits would give us just 2 IPs. If we had 3 host bits, if h is 3 in other words, then it's 2 to the 3 minus 2, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. 8 minus 2 is 6, so that's not enough. If we took 4 host bits, then that would be 2 to the 4. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. 16 minus 2 is 14. And that sounds like the right answer. So 2 to the power of 4, if h is 4, 2 to the 4 is 16 minus 2 is 14. So what we want is 4 host bits. We're therefore taking these 4 bits in front of it as the subnet bits. So we therefore have 4 subnet bits. How do we take that? Well, our new prefix should therefore be /24, 25, 26, 27, 28. /28. Now we have to convert /28 into a subnet mask. /28 as a subnet mask is 28 ones. What we can do here is we can divide 28 by 8. 8 ones is 255. So how many 255s do we have? Well, we have 3 255s. In other words, we have 3 groups of 8. Remainder 4. So what this works out to is 255.255.255.1, 2, 3, 4 ones, and the rest are zeros, which works out to 255.255.255.240. The other way we could have done this is simply write out 28 ones, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And the rest are zeros. And this is 255.255.255.240. If our new prefix is therefore /28, then what is our increment value? Our increment value is the value of the subnet bit with the lowest value. And in that case, it's this bit. And once again, in this case, it's 16. So 16 is our increment value. What therefore would our subnets be? Well, we'll write out the first subnet, which would be the original network ID 192.168.80.0 with the new prefix of /28. This network ID is the one where the subnet bits are all 0. And then what we will do is we will increment the last octet, because the last octet is the one where we took the subnet bits from, by 16. So the next network ID would be 192.168.80.16/28. The next one would be 192.168.80.32/28. Let's work out two more. 192.168.80.48. 32 plus 16 is 48/28. And the last one we'll work out is 192.168.80.64/28. And there you have it. We worked out 5 network IDs: 192.168.80.0, 80.16, 80.32, 80.48, 80.64. Now let's work out the range of IP addresses. For this first network ID 80.0, the first IP would be 192.168.80.1. The next network ID is 80.16. So therefore, the directed broadcast IP would be 192.168.80. Remember, all the magic is happening in the last octet because that's where we took the subnet bits from. Right before 16, we have 15. So the directed broadcast IP for the 80.0 network is 192.168.80.15. Therefore, the last valid IP address is 192.168.80.14. For the next network ID, 192.168.80.16, the first valid IP address is 192.168.80.17. The next network ID is 80.32. So the directed broadcast IP for the 80.16 network is 192.168.80.31. The last valid IP address for the 80.16 network is therefore 192.168.80.30. Let's scroll down here. (80.32). The first valid IP address for the 80.32 network is 192.168.80.33. The next network ID is 80.48. So the directed broadcast IP for the 80.32 network is 192.168.80.47. The last valid IP is therefore 192.168.80.46. So just remember, you have the network ID, the first valid IP. Looking at the next network ID and working backwards, you have the directed broadcast IP and then the last valid IP for the network. So let's wrap it up. For the 80.48 network, the first valid IP is 192.168.80.49. The next network ID is 80.64. Working backwards, the directed broadcast IP is 192.168.80.63. So for the 80.48 network, the directed broadcast IP is 80.63. And the last valid IP is 192.168.80.62.